Hi, this is Rony Mullick, and you're watching the post-market show. And today was the first monthly expiry of the September series, and uh, what a volatile day it was. Markets opened with a gap down as expected because yesterday the markets were closed, but the global markets were not doing pretty well. They were continuously falling, especially US markets falling straight for the fifth day, and it continues to move in the red. So global markets and global sentiments were on the negative side. That's why we opened with a huge gap down. But from there, the buying started happening. And like I've told you in the morning, that wait for the first 15 minutes to see the trend. And as expected, the gap down was immediately bought into. People started buying from the very first minute, and market started to move up. And so it was quite volatile today, and we will get into the charts. But apart from that, first of the month, we have the monthly auto sales data. It came pretty well. Crude oil prices coming down below $90, so that was a good for ICICI, not ICICI, the Asian Paints. Then it was good for the automobile industries, and auto sector did pretty well today. But it was negative for Reliance Industries because it is a crude manufacturer, and Reliance was under selling pressure today. So overall, markets have been quite volatile, especially the Nifty heavyweights were targeted and sold off. So because of the Nifty heavyweight, which includes the banking sector, the banking stocks, the IT stocks, and the and Reliance, obviously. So all of them were down, and that brought the Nifty down significantly. Let us go into the discussion and look at today's market. Let us open up the 15-minute chart and see how the day transpired. As you can see, the first the market opened with a gap down, then it moved up till 10 o'clock, 10:30 onwards. It started falling, and we expected 17,635 as a strong resistance. Markets broke that, but could not break the trend line that was there. And from there, it reversed, and markets at one point of time around 2 o'clock, it broke the day's low and it started moving lower. But then the recovery came after 2 p.m. and the markets managed to close around 17,542, down by 1.22% or 216.5 points. So basically, it was almost a flat day if you do not consider the gap down opening. So since the markets on Tuesday rallied so much, that is why the markets are down 216 points. Come to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty did pretty well. It shot up. It moved with opened the gap down as expected, but then significant rally. It broke yesterday's high, and then it started falling. And interestingly, it did not break the day's low, and it moved up, ending at 39,301, up by negative 235 points, and down by 0.6%. So you can see that Bank Nifty was down 0.6%, but Nifty was down 1.2%, which is significantly lower. And talking about the mid caps and small caps, interestingly, they had a very nice day, and in fact, they closed in the green. Nifty mid caps closed 0.11% in the green, and Nifty small cap ended 0.3% in the green. So it was the heavyweights and the large caps that were falling today. Come to sectoral indices. 4 sectors ending in the green, rest of them ending in the red. Talking about negative sectors, IT index was particularly weak. We have been seeing IT very weak for the last few days, and also since Nasdaq fell in the US markets, so IT was bound to be weak, and it was weak today. I think it's the weakest. It is the weakest, down by 1.98%. Other sectors include the Nifty Energy, down 1.92%, just because of Reliance. Reliance is down more than almost close to 3%, and that is why Nifty Energy is down. Nifty Pharmaceutical Industry, Pharmaceutical is down 1.14%, mostly because of Sun Pharma having a very bad day today. Apart from that, talking about sectors which did well today, it was the Nifty PSU Bank Index doing pretty well, 0.71% up, and then Nifty Auto was also up by 0.37%. Talking about stock specific action, we have Reliance Industries. I told you it was very bearish, and this level which we had created, market actually broke down below that level, and now the next support should come around 2530. So you can take a short position in Reliance Industries tomorrow for intraday if you want. And apart from that, there's nothing to say much about other stocks. HDFC Twins fell, TCS Infosys both fell. TCS was particularly weak, 2.47% down today, and Infosys down by 1.93%. So things are looking pretty weak for the IT index, and there's no moving up. But on the other hand, PSU Bank Index were doing pretty well. Bank of Baroda 2% today. Canara Bank hitting the target of 245, which we have discussed multiple times, 1.41% up today. And particularly, I would like to talk about Ashok Leyland. So this stock did pretty well, and we can see almost like a triangle breakout formation, and it shot up 5.68% today. Let us open up the 15-minute chart, and you can see it was buying till the last minute. So it was a pretty strong Ashok Leyland, and with huge volume. That is also very important. So since the stock broke out with huge volume and from an important key technical level, definitely you can look to go bullish in the stock. With every pullback, it is a buying opportunity. So that is Ashok Leyland. And apart from that, I think we have covered most of the other things. Now let us look at the institutional activities. So FIIs have sold for 2290 crores today, and DIIs have got 951 crores. So we are seeing that FIIs have turned net sellers once again. Talking about index heavyweights, it was all the heavyweights which fell today. Reliance Industries, Infosys, TCS, HDFC Twins, ICICI Bank, all of them were heavily in the red. That is why Nifty is down significantly. And on the upside, Bajaj Finserv, Asian Paints, Bharti Airtel, Tata Consumer, SBI, Eicher Motor, these were the top gainers in Nifty 50 today. So this is about the stocks. Coming to the global markets, and let us see what things are happening over there. The global markets do not look very strong. German index down 1.6% today, continues to fall. The French markets down by 1.48%. Huge gap down happening over there. UK markets are also down by 1.66%. Coming to the US markets are falling for the fifth day, and Dow Jones has recovered significantly, but it is still down by 0.17%. But Nasdaq looks pretty weak, down by 1.54% again today. So fifth consecutive day, US markets are falling. S&P 500 also not looking strong, down by 0.68%. So overall, markets are in the US are still very volatile and still on the bearish side. So US VIX has shot up 2.51%, and India VIX has shot up 6.2% because it was an expiry day. Markets went all over the place, and it was expected the VIX will rise. And what I talked about in the morning show, that just at the introduction, that crude oil prices have been falling, so it is now below this level of $90, which we talked about, and it looks like it is coming back into the range. So interesting to see crude oil prices coming down, and that's one of the reasons why Reliance fell and Asian Paints ended up in the top contributors in Nifty 50. And apart from that, let us look into the global currency index. Dollar index is at 109.57, again at all-time high levels. Things are definitely not great with dollar index. So dollar index gaining strength is a negative sign, and possibly that is why most of the people in the stock market are talking about negative or a bear market in up ahead. So we have to wait and watch and see how things turn around. And talking about SGX Nifty, it is trading flat at 17,542. All markets ended at also 17,542. So no changes there, but you have to wait for the US markets to end today, and then we will get the levels. Now, talking about Nifty, tomorrow is a Friday, so ahead of the weekend, as you know, the people would like to book their profits, square off positions. All of those things will be happening towards the second half. And apart from that, Nifty today had an inside candle, and this was most likely expected. So inside candle means you can take Tuesday's high and Tuesday's low as the levels, and if either is broken, you can go long or short given the size of the direction of the stock. So that is Nifty. I don't think any important other things to be discussed. So it's mostly about following the Tuesday's levels if you are a trend follower. Coming to Back Nifty, again, not an inside candle because Back Nifty actually was quite bullish. It broke this level, yesterday's high, and for Bank Nifty to remain strong, we need closing above 739,700, and that will indicate 40,000 to be the next target for Bank Nifty. On the downside, same thing. If yesterday's low is broken of around 38,000, and before that 39,000 should act as a strong level of support. If both of them are broken, and especially if 38,500 is broken, we can go short in Bank Nifty, expecting a further fall in the same direction. So for now, let us wait for the US markets to end. Let's see if on the 5th day also it ends in the red. That would mean a very bearish sign for the markets. And I think we have some important economic data to be discussed, so let's discuss that before we forget. So today, the important data that was to be announced was the unemployment rate for the month of July for the European area, and it came at 6.6%, which is in line with expectations, so nothing has changed. So that is regarding the unemployment rate for the Euro. And other thing, let us see if there is anything. Okay, today manufacturing PMI for the month of August, that is the purchase manager index came. Expectation was 55. It came out at 56.2. Definitely a positive sign for the Indian markets. Coming to the tomorrow's, that is the Friday, what all data can we expect? We can expect most importantly is the US non-farm payroll and unemployment rate. That means basically how many jobs have been added to the in the US economy, and that is what we will be looking at. So these are the economic data that you can look up for tomorrow's trade, and definitely we will look how the US markets ends, and in the pre-market show we will be discussing the levels and what to expect tomorrow. So until that time, have a good night and thank you for watching.